Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're actually talking about artificial intelligence because it's time to stop using AI as evidence in criminal cases, at least for now. And here's what's going on. And I've talked about AI technology just basically really being awesome, but also deeply concerning when it comes to being used by law enforcement as evidence in order to prove guilt. And now we have new proof of just how terrifying, basically, false positives thanks to AI can be. This is coming from the Associated Press, and wow, this is absolutely nuts. Now, we're going to be talking about a man named Michael Williams of Chicago because he was jailed last August accused of murdering a young man from his neighborhood who asked him for a ride during a night of unrest over basically the police brutality in May. Obviously, Chicago, like many other places, had protests revolving around George Floyd and all of that. But to continue on, the key evidence against Williams didn't actually come from an eyewitness or an informant. It came from a clip of a noiseless security video showing a car driving through an intersection and a loud bang being picked up by a network of surveillance microphones in that neighborhood. Now, prosecutors said that this technology is powered by a secret algorithm that analyzes noise and detects basically via sensors, and that's indicated that Williams actually shot and killed this young man. Now, Williams sat basically in jail for almost a year before a judge dismissed the case against him last month at the request of prosecutors who said they had insufficient evidence. He lost a year of his life. Now, Mr. Williams' experiences really highlights the real-world impact of society's growing reliance on algorithms to help make consequential decisions about the many aspects of our public life. Nowhere is this more apparent in law enforcement, which has turned to technology companies like this gunshot detection microphone system. It's known as ShotSpotter, to battle crime. Now, ShotSpotter, and this is kind of the focus of this, basically ShotSpotter evidence has been increasingly admitted into court cases around the United States, and about 200 court cases have this as evidence. ShotSpotter's website says it's, quote, a leader in precision policing technology solutions that helps stop gun violence by using, quote, sensors, algorithms, and artificial intelligence to classify 14 million different sounds in its proprietary database as gunshots or something else. But the Associated Press, or the AP, did an investigation, and here we go. Because based on their review of thousands of internal documents, emails, presentations, and confidential contracts, along with interviews of dozens of public defenders in communities where ShotSpotter has been deployed, they've identified a number of serious flaws by using ShotSpotter as evidence, and basically that's a huge hindrance for prosecutors and obviously those that are presumed innocent being falsely accused. Now, the AP's investigation found that the systems can actually miss live gunfire right under the microphones, or it can misclassify sounds of fireworks or cars backfiring as gunshots. If you've ever had an older carbureted car, you know that pop could sound like a gunshot. SpotShotter apparently thinks so too sometimes. Now, forensic reports prepared by SpotShotter's employees have been used in court to improperly claim that a defendant shot at police or provide questionable counts of a number of shots allegedly fired by defendants. Judges in a number of cases have had to throw out the evidence from SpotShotter. Now, SpotShotter's proprietary algorithms are basically their core selling point. It frequently touts this technology in marketing materials as being virtually foolproof. But obviously this company guards how its closed system works as a trade secret. It's their intellectual property. And so the public, jurors, and police and oversight boards really don't have access to exactly what their secret sauce is, what their algorithms are. The company's methods for identifying gunshots aren't always guided solely by technology as well. And here's the real terrifying part. And I've been very heavily quoting the AP here, but I continue. The real terrifying part of this is ShotSpotter employees can, and often do, change the source of sounds picked up by its sensors after listening to audio recordings, which obviously introduces human bias into gunshot detection algorithms. You may hear that car backfiring and think, oh my God, it's a gunshot. Or maybe it is a gunshot and you misclassify it as a car backfiring. Now here's the extremely terrifying part. Employees can and do and modify the location or number of shots fired at the request of the police, according to court records. And in the past, city dispatchers or police themselves could also make these changes. So if the police, for whatever reason, really said, no, it was 5 shots, and Spot Shotter picked up 3 shots, and maybe those 3 shots are backfires, the employees say, sure, it was 5 gunshots. This is what we're talking about. That's ridiculous. I've literally done videos in the last week on Mike Lindell's Cyber Symposium and the chain of custody of the evidence, and if the evidence can be manipulated. And literally, this is a real-life case that landed a man in jail. Now, and for the record, even if communities are aware of this, the Spot Shotter technology isn't really helping stop crime either. A study published in April, according to the AP, in the peer-reviewed Journal of Urban Health, examined ShotSpotter in 68 large metropolitan counties from 1999 to 2016. That's the largest review to date of ShotSpotter, ShotSpotter, not Spot Shotter, ShotSpotter. It found that the technology didn't actually reduce gun violence or increase community safety. And so here you have cities investing in this, using taxpayer money to do something that the police can potentially manipulate, and they apparently do manipulate this in court, and it's not even helping deter crime. Now, I understand, looking at cities of Chicago, which happens to be my hometown here, we have a problem with gun violence. Nobody is going to deny that. The entire city is not Beirut, but there are sections of this city that obviously and clearly have these issues, and the police can't be everywhere. I completely understand that. So they rely on the technology that they have. But the problem that you have is when the technology is faulty or it can be manipulated by the police to essentially fit their bias, their conclusions, there's something else. That is a massive, massive problem that we have to address. Things that the police use for technology should be unalterable as they are being recorded, and that's essentially how it should be. If they're wearing a body camera, they shouldn't be able to go in and delete it, like, oh, we're just going to delete the last 3 minutes of footage because, well, we're not going to say. No, it shouldn't be turned off. It should be immutable. They should not have that ability. I don't care if you're the chief of police or, you're the beat cop. There should be no way that you have that right to do that. Same with the court systems. That keeps everything honest. But we also have to talk about artificial intelligence as well. My third TED Talk talked about this, how this is a very serious problem, that there are so many misidentifications and failure rates and things like facial recognition, not to mention just omnidirectional, gunshots and a series of microphones, sound travels, sound bounces, sound the same. Gunshots, backfires, fireworks, gunpowder is gunpowder, right? At least in fireworks and gunshots. So this is a problem. This is a huge issue. And I think that if we're going to start investing in these technologies, they have to actually be foolproof. They can't be advertised at that. There has to be proof of this. And I would really urge that, as we see cities like San Francisco and Oakland and others around the country stopping to use facial recognition, this needs to be stopped as well. Now, I'm sure I'm not winning any friends over at ShotSpotter right now, but it's the honest to God truth. The last thing I would want to do is go through my neighborhood that has these, have a car backfire, and I happen to be the one running down the street or walking down the street, and I hear a backfire and I start running, and now the police are saying, well, hey, change it so that it basically is coming from his direction, and here he is running away from whoever he just shot. That's literally what we are talking about here, and that is a terrifying prospect, and it should be a terrifying prospect for anybody that actually believes in an honest legal system. And so we need to examine these things, and that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at Nick AESP, and please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please stay private. Thanks, everyone.